Why would you want to go to cameo.com and have a personalized shout out? Come to nowondeck.com, find me, Ron Hall, and I'll do one just for you. Birthdays, anniversaries, whatever you want, a personalized video or audio greeting for you now on nowondeck.com. It is Tuesday evening. Ron Hall here, and it is time to jump into the fire once again. Hope everybody's had a great Tuesday so far and a great start to the week. 80 degrees right here before Halloween. Supposed to get pretty nasty toward the weekend and the first of next week. So, hey, it's 2020. What do you expect? Hey, Alan, what's up? A lot of stuff going on. I do have a question. How can you live in this area, especially if you live in Tennessee, and remain a damn Atlanta Falcons fan? Hello, Kim. When the Tennessee Titans are 5-0 after a great overtime victory this past Sunday over the Houston Texans. Derrick Henry goes in and ends the game. Direct snap to Derrick Henry, who had over 200 yards rushing Sunday. And the Titans face the Steelers. Yeah, around these parts, and I have no idea. Alan, why the Atlanta Falcons have fans, other than the fact that when the Falcons began play back in the middle 60s, that's who you got. And when the Titans moved to Tennessee, for whatever reason, the folks of this area just did not seem to adopt them. Well, I did. Because the Falcons are a lot like the Atlanta Braves. They'll frickin' break your heart. That may be one of the biggest choke jobs in sports history, what the Atlanta Braves pulled. Up 3-1, and they blow it against the Dodgers. And World Series starts tonight. The LA Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays. And there are a lot of players you're going to see during this World Series that I had the absolute pleasure of introducing to the crowds at AT&T Field. Because if you remember, for several years, the Lookouts were the AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So, and on the bump tonight for the Dodgers is former Chattanooga Lookout Clayton Kershaw. He was a member of the Lookouts for one day. But you got Corey Seager, Jock Peterson. You got some guys there that have spent some time in Chattanooga. The new Falcon unis are okay, but I actually like the Titans' new unis that they unveiled last year. And talk about a career rebirth. with Greason and Pascal don't know crap. It's because they're both homers to that extent. Greason has Atlanta sports. He has his nose so far up their keister, and you can tell him I said that because I don't give a damn what anybody associated with Times Free Press has to say anymore. When you can get a subscription to the New York Times cheaper than you can to the Chattanooga Times Free Press, what does that tell you? So I canceled my subscription. They offered me a month, but they're still charging $32 a month for the online subscription. That's just too damn expensive. It was a choke job of epic proportions. And it all goes back to the Ozuna base running blunder when he didn't tag up. And from that point on, it was all downhill for the beloved Atlanta Braves. That was every bit as epic a choke job as when the Yankees were up 3-0 over the Boston Red Sox and then blew it. Now, the future of the Braves looks pretty bright. You're going to have Fried back. You're going to have Ian Anderson back. Mike Soroka should be recovered from the Achilles rupture. So the pitching is going to be there. The Braves have to make a concerted effort to re-sign Ozuna. If they let him go, and while you're at it, Braves, get new uniforms. It's 2020, not 1957. I mean, it's hard to top the best uniforms in all of professional sports, the New York Yankees. And right behind them are the Dodgers. It's clean. It's nice. But your Titans are 5-0. They play the 4-0, 5-0, whatever. They're undefeated. They play the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday. No, since Ted Turner, since he was no longer the owner of the Braves, they don't spend that much money. They really don't. They look for bargains because they think that their farm system has talent. Christian Pache, for instance. Here's the only problem I have with the Braves farm system. And this could translate into the fact of why the Braves are such choke artists in the playoffs. None of their minor league teams win. Yeah, you're there to develop players, but you should win games. You look at the Minnesota Twins. Yeah, they got bounced out in the first round, and they made the playoffs last year. But those guys that play for the Twins came up in a minor league system that allows their minor league teams to win ball games. Fort Myers wins Florida State League multiple championships. The Chattanooga Lookouts win multiple Southern League championships. And now it's translating into playoff and division champion contending Minnesota Twins. You look at the Dodgers. But the Braves farm teams just don't seem to give a damn about winning ball games. And I find that, kind of odd. But I just got a glimpse of the pregame blessing that will take place this Saturday before the Tennessee-Alabama game. Jeremy Pruitt will say grace. Let's all bow our heads. Oh, Lord, bless us for the ass whipping we are about to receive. Amen. I don't even know what the over-under is on that game yet, but Alabama could, Alabama could take care of the over-under just by themselves. This thing is going to be ugly. Tennessee had a crap quarterback. Now, I saw on the Chattanooga today that Randy Smith's column said, play the kid, I think it's Bailey. And I'm not a Tennessee fan by any stretch of the imagination. And haven't. Sorry about that, guys. It's Clemson and Alabama and then everybody else. I just don't see how the playoffs are going to work because I just don't. Big Ten's going to play, what, a 7-game schedule? Are they even going to have a championship game? McElroy on ESPN brought up, or no, it wasn't McElroy because he was against it. I forgot who it was. This year, 1 year only, make it a 6-team playoff. The Power 5 plus one, the best team from the group of 5. That's not far-fetched. I see, hey, Daryl Patterson, I don't know. I went to the Daryl Patterson School of Broadcasting. I'll bring back the old Stump on Sports days. Hey, everybody. Yeah, the Titans are for real, and I'm getting to that in just a minute, DP. But maybe this 1 year, the 5 conference champions plus the best team from the group of 5 and have a 16 playoff. As I've said time and time again, Saturday will be the first Mocs game and the only Mocs game of the season. Chance to make history. A chance to make history and have an undefeated season. They go to Western Kentucky and walk away with a W. Time to hang a banner. Chattanooga Mocs football 2020 undefeated. Now, Western Kentucky has 5 games under their belt. And Rusty has already said you're going to see a lot of players Saturday. I know Mocs Vision has something special lined up, and we'll talk more about that Thursday night. The game's going to be on ESPN 3. So what you do is you watch it on ESPN 3, turn down the volume because you're going to get the Western Kentucky announce team. Turn down the volume and put it on the Big Jet Fly 1070 AM, 97.7 FM, and listen to Jim Reynolds. So, but we were talking about the World Series. Don't sleep on the Tampa Bay Rays. Several of those see how he handles it because he's kind of like Greg Maddux. Doesn't perform that well in the postseason. So I'm going to root for the Dodgers. Am I going to sit and watch every game start to finish? Hell no. No. There are enough choices to keep me occupied where I don't have to like that for the next 7 nights. It'll be interesting to see what will happen come Sunday if they're, somebody hasn't swept the series or closed it out, it'll be interesting Sunday to see who will be in the booth for the World Series. Will it be Joe Buck? And there are a lot of Joe Buck detractors. I happen to think right now Joe Buck is the best in the biz. And going into the Baseball Hall of Fame this year, or the next class into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He could very well be considered the greatest actor of his generation. He could be considered the greatest actor alive today, because I don't count Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, as an actor. I don't count anybody that's in a superhero movie as an actor. Although Hugh Jackman does walk the fine line. But Jeff Bridges announced yesterday that he has cancer. He's, I think, 70 years old. And if there is a better portrayal than Bad Blake in Crazy Heart, I have yet to see one any better. Jeff Bridges can make some crap. Like he's in one of the Iron Man movies. I can never watched an Iron Man movie. But he can also do great films like The Big Lebowski, Crazy Heart, True Grit, Starman, majority of which was filmed in this area. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot with Clint Eastwood. The list goes on and on and on. So let's wish him the best. His tweet, he has all the confidence in the world in his team of doctors. And conversely, Rush Limbaugh has basically said my lung cancer is terminal. Now, like him or hate him, Rush Limbaugh is the reason talk radio nationally is where it's at. Not bad for a guy who started out working for the Kansas City Royals in the front office. Who, and for a brief time, was part of Monday Night Football. That didn't last long because there were enough complaints about his politics. Order of, because does anybody really watch Thursday Night Football? And Monday Night Football does not have marquee games. The NFL reserves that puppy for Sunday night. But you don't wish anyone ill will. So let's just hope that, one, if Rush's cancer is terminal, that he goes peacefully. And let's hope the doctors can stop this lymphoma that has attacked Jeff Bridges. I really didn't want to get too political tonight, but I see where our illustrious leader is busy bashing Dr. Fauci, questioning the mental competence of Joe Biden, and promoting herd immunity. I checked the numbers this afternoon, close to 100 new cases in Hamilton County today. There are like close to 80 people hospitalized. The numbers are going up. Europe is locking down again. And we've got a dumbass governor up in Nashville, Bill Lee, who has basically given a big FU to the White House, who said he should institute to do. And I still find it a little troubling that when you see Republican officials in Hamilton County together, none of them are wearing masks. None of them. Hickson High alumni golf tournament last week. Two high-level Hamilton County officials. Two Tennessee state representatives. No masks when they're posed for a photo, all huggy, snuggled up together for a photo. Why is that? I don't know. I wear my mask and I try to distance myself. Medical evidence proves, and there was one that was released today, that a mask virtually eliminates projectile, whatever you want to call it, when you cough. It virtually eliminates it. So wear your mask, socially distance, and let's just keep going. I mean, we're going to wear masks for a while. Let's just, now Governor Lee did extend the emergency order until the end of the year. Bombard County Mayor Jim Coppinger that to extend the mask mandate past the first week of November. I know the CDC, and I don't know how you're going to do it in your home, but is recommending be very careful with your family Thanksgiving dinners. So, I don't know. We'll find out what happens. It's interesting if you do tune in to CNN from time to time, especially during the impeachment. They brought in their constitutional law expert. He's an attorney, Harvard Law, who was banging the drum loudly. He's guilty of what happened. He's guilty. And that's Jeffrey Toobin, the CNN legal expert. Harvard Law School, constitutional lawyer, calling for the impeachment, calling for the ouster. Well, guess what happened to Jeffrey Toobin? He's also on staff of the New Yorker magazine, the New Yorker. It seems that late last week, they were having a staff meeting via Zoom. Does anyone care to guess what Jeffrey Toobin, constitutional law expert, contributor to CNN and the New Yorker magazine, guess what he was doing during that Zoom meeting? I'll wait a minute while I light a cigarette. Hi, Cindy Lou. Does anybody care to guess what Jeffrey Toobin was doing during a staff meeting on Zoom? I'm still waiting. Does anybody remember the trouble that Pee Wee Herman got into? Anybody? Oh, folks, Cindy is in the hospital, and throw some prayers up for her. Total knee replacement. I bet those pharmaceuticals are good, but I bet you they weren't as good as what I partook of before I went into Coach Falk's health class. Because you had to be stoned to go into Coach Falk's health class. Jeffrey Toobin was doing the same damn thing at a New Yorker magazine staff meeting on Zoom. At least Pee Wee Herman did it in an adult theater. At least. He was trying to pleasure himself in an adult theater. Whereas Jeffrey Toobin was doing it at a magazine staff meeting on Zoom. And now, this is kind of fun. I'm sorry. It's come out that he had frequented some, I don't know what the right word is to describe this, just in case your kids are watching. Swingers Club with Trump advisor Roger Stone. This guy's a real piece of work. And CNN thinks he's almost as good as Dr. Sanjay Gupta. But you got to be careful. What? And his excuse is he did not know his camera was on. Come on, man. Jeez. What an idiot. What an idiot. And then O.J. Simpson tweets out, and he basically said, come on, man. At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated theater, to which Jake Tapper responds, you slaughtered 2 people. Your opinion is not needed. Let us remember one thing. One thing. I'm not here to proclaim the guilt or innocence of O.J. Simpson. A jury did that. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Man, I feel more like Johnny Carson every day. But hey, it shows you it can happen to anybody. And how that news got out, I think the New Yorker, when they suspended him, put that in the press release. He has taken a leave of absence from CNN. We will probably not see him again. You blew it, dude. You had the world at your feet, and you blew it. So, a couple of other little notes. Amy, still sober. still sober, doing good. I'm so proud of her. Walker County, still eerily silent. The Walker County officials regarding the mental health facility that is supposed to go up there. Eerily silent. I'm waiting to hear from you, Sheriff Wilson. Let's do something about the drug problem in Walker County. Sheriff Sisk, let's do something about the drug problem in Cadiz County. It was interesting. I was listening to Nuga Radio 92.7 and David Toulis. Oh, man, what a whack job. And he had the Libertarian candidate for president. And we all appreciate it, Alan. Thank you, Kim. She would release all prisoners from federal prison who have been convicted of a victimless crime. What is a victimless crime? There's always a victim. If you're a drug dealer, there are victims out there of what you peddle. If you are a white collar stock market manipulator, such as Jordan Belfort in that, if you remember that film, The Wolf of Wall Street, there were victims who lost their life savings. So there's no such thing as a victimless crime. And she would also, I think her name's Jo Jorgensen, would also decriminalize every drug. Tell me what good it's going to do to legalize every drug. Now, if Cindy's still around and if she's in pain, I can understand that she's taken off. Because I wouldn't want to have a total knee. Oh, my God. And I'm not even a proponent for the legalization of marijuana. Because I firmly believe, and let me tell you, in my younger days, I smoked my share of dope. But I firmly believe that it's a gateway. It's a gateway drug. I just don't buy into the fact that it's the cure-all for so many medical problems. I just don't. At least, hello, Diane. At least, let's do like some states where you got to have a medical reason for having the marijuana. Okay, now I could live with that. But total legalization, no, I'm not for it. And this is part of the libertarian platform. So, and I find it kind of unusual. There were people there at a libertarian rally who were armed. What? Why? You may have had 25 to 50 people there. And why are you wasting time doing it? A third party will never, repeat, never win a presidential election. It's not going to happen. Our country is set up as a two-party system and has been for as far back, basically, as this country goes. And it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. You still got plenty of time to go vote before Election Day. Supreme Court did rule today or yesterday that ballots in Pennsylvania can be counted up to 3 days after the election if they are postmarked by Election Day. So that's a good thing. Everybody is saying the lines, even on Saturday, were super long at the early voting places in Hamilton County. So make sure you get out to vote, please. And if you happen to live in Tennessee House District 29, remember that Mike Carter should not be allowed to run unopposed. Write my name in. Remember, when you write it in, that little arrow there, make sure you darken the circle, and that write-in vote will count. So think about it. 45 minutes last week. I waited about 30 minutes this past weekend, and that was not bad. I will not complain about that. It's out of the way. I will tell you on election night who I voted for president. Until then, nope, I ain't going to tell you, but most of y'all can guess it. Going to wrap it up. I think the World Series is the pregame show has just started. It is on Fox. One other thing, Chattanooga area independent wrestling lost another of their guys this weekend. Jamie Kyle passed away at the age of 49. He wrestled all over the country. But that's two local wrestlers that have passed in the last couple of weeks, Drew Delight and now Jamie Kyle. So prayers to their family, and we hope that they get some comfort. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. We will be back here Thursday night. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to just start going on Tuesday nights, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday night. Yesterday, just the day got away from me. And by the time I got home, it was 5 minutes to 7. And it takes a little while to clean up my kitchen back here and all of that. And hopefully here in the not too distant future, you will see my new kitchen. So go make it a great night. Finish out the week strong. We will see you back here Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And as always, everybody, please, in these contentious times, smile at somebody, be kind to each other. Good night. See you Thursday.
That's all, folks.